I'm Brianna Sawyers. Let's get up to speed with what's happening in Conservative Canada. Pierre Poilievre tells the CBC he's ready to fight Mark Carney's high-cost, high-tax agenda.
My message to Mark Carney is that if you want a costly majority government to drive up taxes and deficits, then you have to go to the Canadian people and have them vote for it, not do it by dirty backroom deals.
In Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe shuffles his cabinet and puts community and safety in the spotlight. Changing of the guard in Prince Edward Island, Islanders get a new Conservative Premier.
I, Bloyce Thompson, swear that I will be faithful and bear allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III.
Alberta Premier Danielle Smith sat down for a year-end interview. Ontario Premier Doug Ford announces an exciting new strategy for Niagara Falls, one of the world's biggest tourist attractions. Trevor Halford becomes an interim leader of British Columbia's Conservative official opposition. Pierre Poilievre made a rare appearance on Rosie Barton's CBC show to set the Conservative agenda for the coming year.
Affordability, affordability. Canadians cannot afford grocery prices because of Carney's hidden Liberal taxes on food.
Mr. Poilievre managed to set the pace in the interview despite Rosie's constant interruptions to deliver Liberal talking points.
He is trying to manipulate his way through backroom deals to get that majority.
He's allowed to do this, though, right? Floor crossing is allowed. Obviously, there are some people who believe that Mark Carney has the solutions to those problems.
Well, he is the one who's causing the problems.
Mr. Poilievre spent time at an Ottawa synagogue lighting a menorah for Hanukkah and comforting people shaken by the terrible mass shooting in Australia at Sydney's Bondi Beach. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe shuffled his cabinet, creating a new minister for community safety, replacing the Minister of Corrections, Policing and Public Safety. The new minister is Weyburn MLA Mike Weegar. David Marrett moved from highways to agriculture. Saskatoon Willow Grove MLA Ken Chevaldayoff added labor relations to his advanced education portfolio. Eric Schmaltz added immigration and career training to his responsibilities as Minister of Government Relations. Mike Weegar talked about his new role at public safety.
Well, listen, I'm very passionate about community safety, and I've got young children myself. I've got a 20-year-old daughter, 18-year-old daughter living on their own in the city here. The city's changed. We want our communities to be safe. Back home, I've got a 15-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. I want them to be able to play at the park and walk down the streets with their friends, and I don't want their parents to have to worry about their safety. So we're going to take this seriously, and I'm passionate about it. So.
Alberta Premier Danielle Smith sat down for a year-end interview where she covered the remarkable progress Alberta is making, developing the province's natural resources.
But it's also the reason why we have to have more pipelines built. If we had built all three of the major pipelines that were set to go, Northern Gateway, Keystone XL, Energy East, we would be having 2.5 million barrels more of pipeline capacity and production than we do right now, which would be generating $50 billion a year in annual revenue. That's why we have put a singular focus on solving that problem, getting the investment climate back so that we can start rebuilding again.
The Premier recently negotiated a groundbreaking memorandum of understanding with the federal government to build a new pipeline to Canada's Pacific North Coast. Prince Edward Island has a new Premier. Bloyce Thompson was sworn in after Premier Rob Lance resigned to become a candidate for permanent leadership of the PEI Conservative Party. Premier Thompson promised to stay focused on cutting taxes for the Islanders and holding the federal government's feet to the fire.
We are lowering taxes, both personal and corporate, to keep money in Islanders' pockets. I can assure you that we will keep the feet to the fire to improve access to healthcare.
Rob Lance took over as Premier when Dennis King resigned to become Canada's ambassador to Ireland. Premier Lance originally planned to serve only as an interim Premier until a new Premier was chosen. Supporters convinced him to run for the big job permanently. PEI Progressive Conservatives will vote on a new leader on February 7th. Ontario Premier Doug Ford paid a visit to Niagara Falls to announce a new multi-billion-dollar strategy. The Premier wants to unlock the full potential of one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world.
Our Destination Niagara strategy will build the region into a tourism powerhouse with incredible sights and attractions that will entertain families and support our workers. Together, we're going to build a place that welcomes families from across our province and across the world, with the ambitious goal of attracting 25 million annual visitors and generating $3 billion of additional revenue for Niagara every year. We want to double the number of visitors who come to Niagara every year, and we want to double the amount of time that they spend in Niagara, enjoying all it has to offer and supporting the local economy.
The new interim leader of the Conservative Party of British Columbia, Surrey White Rock MLA Trevor Halford, met the media at the legislature. Halford talked about the chaos unleashed by David Eby's NDP government in BC. He promised that the Conservatives will be a strong, stable government in waiting. The Conservatives will choose a new BC leader sometime in the first half of 2026.
But I am excited about what's coming forward. And we have a leadership race that's going to be starting in the weeks ahead. And I get there's speculation that the Premier may call an early election. He said that he won't. But again, he's kind of opened that door in the last week. For me, you always have to be ready. You always, especially in the situation that we're in, where it's a government that's holding on by one seat, it's incumbent on us to make sure that we are election ready and that we're well funded, we're well staffed, and we're ready to go.
And that's it for this week. Be sure to like and subscribe to our page and sign up for our free email updates. Stay in the know with what's happening in Conservative Canada. Thanks for watching.